Welcome back. According to an article written by Dr. John Moss, an extension veterinarian at the University of California, Davis, flies cost cattlemen more than $1.6 billion a year in production losses and health care. As producers begin to think about when to send cattle to pasture, another important consideration is what pest control options best suit your operation. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Brian Baxter tells us that total fly control on the outside of the animal should start with what's on the inside.
Across the country, flies are one of the biggest nuisances cattle producers face on their operations, and the economic loss may be greater than many realize. Flies of all types, but especially horn and face flies, are a serious threat to cattle because they reduce weight gain and increase the likelihood of spreading diseases like pink eye.
A horn fly will bite an animal 20 to 30 times per day. And so even just a few cattle, are those horn flies biting that many times are painful. Those cattle tend to rest during the days or seek shade during the days where the horn flies won't be. So they're not grazing during the day. If they're not grazing, they're not eating, and they're not converting that grass into pounds and weight.
Face flies in particular are known to transmit pink eye. Now, they don't cause pink eye, but if a herd is infected and we've got one calf with a pink eye bacteria, then a face fly can feed on that individual. Later in the day, it'll feed again and transmit that to the other eye on a different calf that isn't infected.
Producers have many options to help fight flies, such as ear tags and pour-ons. In addition, flies may also be controlled at the source in the manure. That's why producers should consider Rabon oral larvicide from Bayer Animal Health. Rabon is a feed-through that kills horn flies, face flies, house flies, and stable flies in the larval stage before they can do any damage.
Rabon oral larvicide is fed to cattle. It's designed so it is not absorbed and it feeds right through the individual animal, ends up in the manure pat. And the manure pat is frequently a place that flies lay their eggs. And if we can have Rabon oral larvicide there, as soon as those eggs hatch, the larvae are going to come in contact with the Rabon and it'll kill them. And therefore it reduces the fly population.
There's a lot of options for including Rabon oral larvicide in your fly control program. We make a Rabon 7.76 that producers can actually add in the proper amount to a mineral mix or to a feed that they're supplementing cattle. However, the easier way, there's some ready-to-use products that are available. Protein tubs, mineral blocks, protein blocks, and then also liquid feed supplements. All are available with Rabon oral larvicide in those.
Flies can travel a great distance to find cattle, so even though the oral larvicide is reducing fly populations on your farm or ranch, adult flies could be coming from other locations. That's why Rabon should be used as one part of a fly control program.
Rabon by itself will do a lot to control fly populations. The only thing is we'll have flies migrate in from surrounding areas, and of course Rabon isn't going to kill adult flies. But if we use ear tags in conjunction with it, they will kill adult flies, and the combination of the two give us a double effect, if you will, on fly control. So we're killing adults and we're killing larvae in the manure. So two defense points that are really important.
A lot of people will work those calves to put in fly tags or pour them or spray them or deworm them in the spring. That's a great time then to start. And then you would continue your Rabon oral larvicide in that mineral throughout the year until you really get to about your first really killing frost.
Both face flies and horn flies may develop resistance to insecticides over time. For maximum prevention, it's advisable to alternate the class of insecticide you use each year or two. Rabon oral larvicide is a versatile, economical larvicide, and with Rabon at the foundation of a comprehensive fly control program, cattle can stay comfortable and keep on growing.
So a study that Bayer did last summer indicates that we're going to have about 12 pounds in added weaning weight if we control horn flies on a cow. So it's worth doing. 12 pounds on today's market is going to make about $18 per calf difference on that weaning weight versus one where horn flies are not controlled. If we're spending $5 or $6 on fly control, by the time we add some labor to it and have the ear tags and the Rabon in the feed for the summer, it's a good return.
Rabon, as a part of a complete or comprehensive fly control program, is going to reduce the pressure on your cattle. It's going to reduce the stress on those cattle, whether they be it's a cow-calf operation or a stocker operation. By doing that, you're going to have a better health program for those cattle as a result of reducing the fly population and stress that those cattle undergo.
Whether fed in molasses tubs, as part of the mineral program, or in any other form, producers appreciate the ease of adding Rabon oral larvicide to their program and the ability to stop fly problems before they can even begin. I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
You can learn more about fly control and Bayer's full line of products by visiting our website at cattlementocattlemen.org.